হ্যালো শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আশা করছি আপনারা সবাই ভালো আছেন। এই মুহূর্তে আপনারা যে যেখানে বসে আমাদের এই ফেসবুক লাইভ সেশন দেখছেন, সবাইকে জানাচ্ছি অভিনন্দন এবং শুভেচ্ছা। কিছু গুরুত্বপূর্ণ বিষয় নিয়ে আলোচনা করব। মূলত সেই লক্ষ্য এবং উদ্দেশ্য নিয়েই এই ফেসবুক লাইভ সেশনের আয়োজন করা। এই মুহূর্তে আপনারা যে যেখানে বসে আমাদের এই ফেসবুক লাইভ সেশন দেখছেন, সবাইকে জানাচ্ছি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল অ্যাডমিশন সার্ভিসের পক্ষ থেকে অভিনন্দন এবং শুভেচ্ছা। আর আজকে আমরা যে বিষয় নিয়ে কথা বলবো ইজ অল অ্যাবাউট হায়ার স্টাডি ইন অস্ট্রেলিয়া। আপনারা ইতিমধ্যে জেনে গিয়েছেন যে অস্ট্রেলিয়া বর্তমান সময়ে পৃথিবীর বিভিন্ন কান্ট্রির মধ্যে ইন্টারন্যাশনাল স্টুডেন্টরা অত্যন্ত জনপ্রিয়তার জায়গা কিন্তু দখল করে আছে অস্ট্রেলিয়া। সো উচ্চশিক্ষার জন্য কেন আমরা অস্ট্রেলিয়াকে চয়েস করব? অস্ট্রেলিয়ার উচ্চশিক্ষা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল স্টুডেন্টদের জন্য কি কি ধরনের সুযোগ সুবিধা দিচ্ছে এবং পড়াশোনার পাশাপাশি অ্যাজ এ ইন্টারন্যাশনাল স্টুডেন্টরা কি কি ধরনের সুযোগ সুবিধা পাবে, সেই বিষয়গুলো নিয়ে আজকে আমরা আলোচনা করব। আর এই সাথে আমার সাথে আলোচনা করার জন্য রয়েছে study grouper, one of the recruiting manager, Luke Dixon, and he will be giving us all the information. It's all about. আপনারা জেনে আনন্দিত হবেন যে অস্ট্রেলিয়ার টপ র্যাঙ্ক 3 কম্প্রিহেন্সিভ ইন্টেন্সিভ পাবলিক ইউনিভার্সিটির পার্টনারশিপ প্রোগ্রাম অপারেট করে স্টাডি গ্রুপ, যার মধ্যে অন্যতম উল্লেখযোগ্য রয়েছে অস্ট্রেলিয়ান ন্যাশনাল ইউনিভার্সিটি, অস্ট্রেলিয়ান ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ ওয়েস্টার্ন অস্ট্রেলিয়া অ্যান্ড দ্য ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ সিডনি। তো এই বিষয় নিয়ে নতুন করে আর বলার কোনো কারণ নেই, কেননা আপনারা ইতিমধ্যে জেনে গিয়েছেন যে আজকে আমরা যেই 3টি ইউনিভার্সিটি নিয়ে কথা বলবো, এই 3টি ইউনিভার্সিটি ওয়ার্ল্ডের টপ 100 র্যাঙ্কড ইউনিভার্সিটি। সো ইন টার্মস অফ কোয়ালিটি অফ এডুকেশন, রিজনেবল টিউশন ফিস, অ্যান্ড দ্য গ্রাজুয়েট এমপ্লয়াবিলিটি, অ্যান্ড দ্য ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মোবিলিটি, and the university location and the opportunities for our Bangladeshi student is lot there. So আমি আর কথা না বাড়িয়ে চলে যাচ্ছি আমাদের রিপ্রেজেন্টেটিভ মিস্টার লুকের কাছে। So Mr. Luke will give us the all kind of information. It's all about higher studies in Australia. So আমি আপনাদের সকলকে রিকোয়েস্ট করবো যে প্লিজ আপনারা এই ফেসবুক লাইভ সেশনটি যে যেখানে বসে দেখছেন, প্লিজ মেনশন করুন আপনার নিকটবর্তী বন্ধু বান্ধব, আত্মীয় স্বজন যারা দীর্ঘদিন ধরে পৃথিবীর বিভিন্ন কান্ট্রিতে যাওয়ার জন্য চেষ্টা করছে, হয়তোবা শুধুমাত্র সঠিক ইনফরমেশন, সঠিক দিক নির্দেশনা অথবা সঠিক গাইডলাইনের অভাবে তারা হয়তোবা তাদের ডেস্টিনেশনে পৌঁছাইতে পারেনি। সো আমি আশা করবো যে আপনারা অবশ্যই আপনার অল একাডেমিক ইনফরমেশন শেয়ার করার আমাদের সাথে প্রশ্ন করবেন এবং আমরা চেষ্টা করব আমাদের দীর্ঘদিনের কর্ম অভিজ্ঞতার আলোকে আপনাদেরকে সঠিক একটি দিক নির্দেশনা এবং গাইডলাইন দেওয়ার জন্য। Good afternoon from Bangladesh. How are you today? Welcome on our Facebook live session.
I'm good. Thanks for having me here. It's a real pleasure. Obviously hoping to talk a little bit about the programs we have, hopefully giving any potential students that are interested information, answering any questions that you guys have, and just generally explaining what it is Study Group does and what I do. So do you want me to give a quick brief about Study Group, my role?
Yes. Now, we love to discuss with you like why, before we moving to the Study Group University and how the Study Group work, I love to ask a few more questions from you. Could you please tell me, there are a lot of countries in this beautiful world, why students should consider Australia as of their future study destination, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are a few reasons why a student might want to look at Australia. I'm going to talk about some of the top reasons.
Yes.
So say so rather before I dive in, so Australia is actually the third largest or the third biggest option for students who want to study abroad.
Yes.
Why it's ranked so highly for all international students all over the world, there are a few things. Okay, so number one, obviously, is the quality of the education.
Yes.
We're talking about just 3 of the group of 8 universities in Australia, but the general level of education and the quality of the institutions in Australia is very, very high.
Yes.
This is reflected in the overall rankings of the university.
Yes.
And the benefit for you as a student to go to one of these institutions that's ranked within the top 100 or ranked within the top 50, there are a few things. So you benefit from studying under some of the best faculty, the best teachers, the best lecturers in the world. So the universities that I'm going to be talking about, ANU, University of Sydney, UWA, if you study at these universities, often you're going to be working with teachers, professors who are leading research and education in their field. So they could be some of the best researchers, some of the best faculty members in the world at what they do.
Yes.
And when you study at these universities in Australia, you're going to have the opportunity to work alongside them, to learn from them, and obviously work in a network of other peers as well. One of the other big reasons, or one of the big benefits of studying in Australia, it's kind of linked to the first one, but it's your postgraduate work opportunities. So there are a couple of
Yes.
areas here, but the quality of the education in Australia is recognized all over the world. Okay, so if you study and you complete a graduate program, undergraduate program in Australia, it's going to open so many doors. It's going to allow you to find work all over the world. Your qualification will be recognized all over the world. And maybe job recruiters and maybe other universities, if you want to look at further education, they're going to know the university that you studied at, and they're going to know that it's a fantastic university. So it's going to make it much, much easier for you to find work, and probably more importantly, find higher paying work, okay, going to one of these prestigious universities.
Yeah.
On the back of that, there are also some excellent what we call postgraduate work opportunities to actually get visas in Australia. Okay, so one of the things that's available to all Australian graduates, so long as you study for at least 2 years, you're actually able to apply for things like post-study work visas, and these would give you the opportunity to actually live and work in Australia, things like this. Okay. Some of the benefits, of course, are things like scholarships that are available. All of the universities that we work with have scholarships available, and I'll go into a bit more detail in each of those later on. But I think quality of education and your options post-grad are probably the two biggest ones.
Yes. No, thank you so much, Luke, for sharing such a kind of good information. But I just love to add few more key points that could also help our students to select Australia as of their future study destination. Because as you say, the quality of education. In the same time, I must say the qualification is a student are having from Australia. It is respected around the world. So the degree is respected in UK, in New Zealand, Sweden, and Canada and America, and everywhere. And moreover, the tuition fees is very reasonable if we compare to other priority study destination. And I love to mention one more thing that that is one of the safest country in this beautiful world, because from Bangladesh to Australia it takes around 14-hour journey by on air. So definitely the parents are from Bangladesh, from back home, so they will be thinking about their children, their kids, that whenever they will be in Australia, either it will be safe or not. So I must say that they're one of the safest country in this beautiful world. And moreover, they have the top world ranking university, because there are a lot of university in different countries, but Australian university, they had a strong world ranking reputation and the top graduate employability opportunities there. And moreover, as an international students, as you said, that they can stay up to 2 to 3 years for their post-study work opportunity visas. So
Correct.
I'd love to add a few more things, that as an international student, even they can work for the 20 hours per week and during their term time. And once they will be in the holiday, they can also work for the full time. So completely combining for all the fact, the quality of education, safe learning environment, reasonable tuition fees, recognized education, and the world ranking university, and safe learning environment, and the scholarship opportunity, and the mostly post-graduation work opportunity. That makes Australia is one of the topmost private destination for our Bangladeshi students, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay. So if I come back to you, Luke, can you please tell me how the study group work in association with University of Australian National University, the Western Australia, and the Sydney? How does it work? How is the line work?
Sure. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself and then the role I have at study group, and a little bit about study group. So Mr. Shah, so he actually introduced me earlier as one of the student recruitment managers, okay, for study group.
Yeah.
And my job is I will travel around and I will obviously promote the programs that we run. But one of the main things I do is I actually help students. I help you guys. So when I'm traveling in country, or whether it's doing like a live session like this, my main role is to educate you guys. So obviously there's lots and lots and lots and lots of different universities, different programs, and often you guys won't know very much, or you'll only see maybe what you've read on the internet or heard from a friend. So my job is really just to give you guys all the information you need to make the right decisions about what's best for you in your education.
Yes.
Study group. So I do this for study group. So study group is what we call, we're a pathway provider. So we work very closely with these universities, or rather, I should say, very often universities will come to us and they will
Yes.
say, we're looking for a specialist in providing pathway programs. We want you guys to run the program, promote it, and we want you to get in high quality students into our program.
Yes.
So what is a pathway program? So very simply, a pathway program is a pre-university program, usually international students, not always. We do have Australians, New Zealand on our programs, but predominantly we get international students from all over the world. It's a university preparation program, and you come in and it prepares you, one, to get into university, and two, more importantly, for you to be successful when you get into university. So we bring you in. Obviously, we give you an education that's going to get you access to the university. But more importantly, there's other things as well. There's lots of support that we provide to just make you a more rounded student, to give you the skills that you need to succeed in one of these top universities.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Luke. That the প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আপনারা কিন্তু ইতিমধ্যে জেনে গিয়েছেন যে how study group work in association with the top of the world ranked university in Australia. Basically, study group is like a pathway provider. So it's like a preparation for the university. So those students love to go for the top class world ranking university. Sometimes students are not eligible to go for their direct entry program, especially for the bachelor's program. So those students can come to the study group and they can prepare them for the direct entry to the university after successfully completing their program. অর্থাৎ আপনি যদি এ লেভেল যদি শেষ করে থাকেন বা এএস যদি শেষ করে থাকেন বা ইন কেস সামটাইম যদি আপনি যদি A2 লেভেলও যদি শেষ করে থাকেন, অনেক ক্ষেত্রে দেখা যাচ্ছে রেজাল্ট খারাপের কারণে you might be not eligible for your direct entry for the University of Sydney or University of Western Australia or Australian National University, because these are the top ranked universities. So we'll be talking about the every single individual university a little bit later on, but I'm just giving you an overview. So according to your academic results, according to your English language proficiency, according to your field of interest, you can choose the wide range of program from the different particular universities. So study group will prepare you to send you the best university that's good for you, that's good for your career. So Mr. Luke, before we moving to the university, could you please tell me that where you have the campuses placed? Because Australia is a wide country, right? So
absolutely, yeah, Australia is absolutely huge. So the campuses we have, obviously, as I said before, we work very, very closely with the universities. So 2 out of 3 of these universities, we actually have campuses. Our college campuses are actually located on the university campus itself.
Wow, great.
ANU, which is ANU College. We have a college building which is actually located right in the middle of the ANU campus.
Okay.
All of the students that study at ANU College, obviously they're able to use all of the facilities that we provide as a foundation or a diploma program, but they also have access to ANU, all of the university's facilities as well. So you're treated a lot like, or really you are treated exactly like a university student, but have a slightly different area. So same with UWA. So our college, our Taylor's College, is located on the UWA main campus. So it's very, very close. And again, we have our facilities and the university's facilities that you can make access of. The University of Sydney. So we're just located a little bit away. It's about 2 kilometers. Because we have in Sydney is our largest college. We have hundreds and hundreds of students that study there every year. Sometimes over 1,000 students. So we have a much larger, we couldn't fit it all on the University of Sydney campus. So it's about 2 kilometers away, but it's very close by and it's right on public transport links. So it's easy to get between the 2 campuses.
Okay. No, thank you very much. So, প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আপনারা কিন্তু জেনে গেলেন যে স্টাডি গ্রুপের পার্টনার ইউনিভার্সিটিগুলোর লোকেশন এবং স্টাডি গ্রুপ যে কোর্সগুলো অপারেট করে থাকে উইথ দ্য হেল্প অফ দ্য Taylor's College and the Australian National College, their location. So, good news is that during on your study period at the Australian National College, ANU College or Taylor's College, you will be able to use all the facilities is facilitated by the ANU College, Australian National College, in the same time for the Taylor's College also. So you can also enjoy the campus infrastructure, beauty of the campus. I just love to add few more things because where is the ANU College is located is the very heart of the Australian capital city that called the Canberra, and they have a world's largest beaches is there, and they offer like world famous park also there. So in terms of the location, it's really great. So we'll be talking about more for the ANU University. We'll be talking about more about the University of Sydney. We'll be talking more about the University of Western Australia. So if I come back to you, Luke, could you please tell me that at the ANU College, what kind of program that you are offering for the interested student, please?
Yeah, sure. So we have a few types of programs. So all of the programs we run are for students that are looking to go into their undergraduate program. Okay, so they're mostly for undergrad students. So we have two main types of program, or sorry, I should say three main types of program. We have our foundation program, and we have three lengths for that. So we have a standard, an extended, and a rapid. And we have our diploma programs. Okay, so we have our diploma programs. So there's actually 5 diplomas. In more detail on those shortly. And we also have our academic English programs. Okay, so a couple things if you were going to do academic English. Either you're looking to do a foundation, you just need to top up your English. Maybe your IELTS score is not quite high enough. That's fine. Or very often we'll get students. You meet the academic entry requirements, but again, your English is just a little bit too low, so you can just do an English course and do one of the academic English courses. Okay. The key difference between a foundation and a diploma. So the 5 diplomas we have: Diploma of Computing, Liberal Studies, Music, Creative Design, and Science. So these are very specific pathways into their corresponding undergraduate programs. Okay, so we have a Bachelor of Computing, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Music, etc., etc. You have access to all of the majors within these undergraduate programs. But if you go through the diploma, you're restricted to these 5 main branches. Okay. So the foundation, there are no restrictions. You can select any undergraduate program. Entry requirements are a little bit different. Okay, and when you study a foundation, you would usually study for an extra 1 year.
Okay, so that's good. But if I come back to you, Luke, could you please tell me why, what is the ranking and what is the location about the Australian National University place? Because the lots of students, they are not well about the ranking and the quality of education is offered by the Australian National University. Because as I know that there is one of the greatest university, one of the finest university in this beautiful world, and they are the part of the one of the prestigious group of 8 university in Australia. Could you please tell me a little bit more about the ranking and the establishment and the research-intensive opportunities and the global employment opportunity, please, for this university?
Yeah, of course. So first, ANU is actually the #1 ranked university in Australia. Okay, so it's ranked in the QS World University Rankings. It's like the highest of all of the Australian universities, which of course are all very highly ranked, which puts it within the top 30 globally. Okay, so it's actually ranked 29th. So I touched base on this a bit earlier.
So 21 in the global ranking. So it's really high.
It's really high. It's right up there with universities like Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge, all of the very famous universities. ANU is right up there. And one of the benefits that this has for you as a student, so I touched base on this before, but it means they have some of the world's best faculty teaching there. Okay, be studying there, you're going to be learning under some of the best teachers, the best professors. You're going to be getting some of the best education that you could possibly get anywhere in the world. And often some of the interesting things about that is it means that often you could be working with teachers, lecturers that are working on cutting edge research. So you could be actually part of cutting edge research when you study like ANU.
Thank you very much. And I just love to add with this is one of the top 10 international university is known as the Australian National University, and the establishment is quite earlier in the year of the 1946. So it's one of the oldest university, I must say, in this beautiful world. And প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আপনাদের সকলের অবগতির জন্য আমরা একটু জানিয়ে নিতে যাচ্ছি যারা আপনারা ওয়ার্ল্ড র্যাঙ্কিং ইউনিভার্সিটি নিয়ে আপনারা যদি একটু কথা বলতে যদি চিন্তা করে থাকেন, if you thinking for the study in Australia, I must say Australian National University would be the one of the greatest choice for you. And the study group and international admission service, we people are helping you to get your admission done on the Australian National University. Just to add a couple of things for you, kind of information. Why is the pathway education? Because the pathway education will help you 100% guarantee placement to your nominated university, and within the very small size of classroom. So you come to know your teacher, and your teacher comes to know yourself. So it's like a more interaction options in there, and they have a wide range of programs, and they have the intensive care program, they have the interaction program, they have the extended program. So according to your academic qualification, according to your demand, according to your field of interest, you can go for there. So look, if I come back to you, because after the Australian National University, as you say, that this is the #1 university in Australia, and even in the QS world ranking, they are having the position 21 and the top 10 international university for the interested students too. But before, and if we come back for the University of Sydney, could you please tell me a little bit more about like how the work University of Sydney and the Taylor College place?
So University of Sydney, again, all of the universities we're going to be talking about are very highly ranked. So University of Sydney is very close behind ANU. It's actually ranked 42nd in the world.
Yes.
In Australia, so using the same rankings, so the University of Sydney is actually ranked 1 in Australia and 4th in the world for graduate employability. So this is
great.
It's really good. This is an important ranking because this is the ranking that shows you how likely these students are to go on and get good paying work. So when they finish, so graduates of Sydney are the most likely to go on and get good and well paying jobs when they finish.
Yes, and I must say that they have a lot of courses are offered for the international students, and University of Sydney is considered ranked in the world top 50 university for more than 30 courses, such as law, that is the 12th in the world ranked, and the geography got the 17th in the world ranking, and the anatomy and psychology that's got the 13th in the rank. So it's like a University of Sydney got a world ranking opportunity for international student. And the location is really, really great because the University of Sydney is located based on Sydney. So Sydney offer almost everything for every single international individual students with top of the beaches in this beautiful world, and the world famous parks, and the iconic tower, iconic building, we can say the harbor, and there is a very good bridge on there. Yeah, so there's a lot of things for interested students they can enjoy during their study period. So could you please tell me that Mr. Luke, that what kind of program is offering by the Taylor College, please, for the University of?
Similar to the programs we offer at ANU College, but we have 4 types of foundation program. Okay. So we have our 3, very similar to ANU. We have our standard, our extended, and our program. And these have different entry points based on what you achieve in your HSC. We also have what we call a high achievers preparation program. So again, students who have just missed out on direct entry, but if you score very, very highly in your final year, then you can actually do one of our accelerated foundation programs. It's just 1 semester. When you finish, it also has to date, we have a 100% success rate. So there's a few options, 4 options for you for the foundations that we have at Sydney. And again, giving you access to all of the undergraduate programs at the University of Sydney.
Okay, so that's great. So প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, যারা আপনারা অস্ট্রেলিয়ার ওয়ান অফ দ্য টপ র্যাঙ্কড ইউনিভার্সিটিগুলোতে পড়ার জন্য চেষ্টা করছেন, হয়তোবা আপনি এন্ট্রি রিকোয়ারমেন্ট হয়তোবা ডিরেক্টলি মিট করতে পারছেন না, হয়তোবা আপনার একাডেমিক্যালি বা আপনার ইংলিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ প্রফিসিয়েন্সির দিক থেকে, সো স্টাডি গ্রুপ দে হ্যাড আ লট অফ কোর্সেস, দে হ্যাভ আ লট অফ প্রিপারেশন প্রোগ্রাম অ্যাকর্ডিং টু your academic results, according to your availability, according to your field of interest. They have the standard program, they have the extended program, they have the interactive program too. So they have a very small size of the classroom, so there is a more interactions, and they will build up the foundation for the students too, and they will prepare you to get the admission done at the university. So Mr. Luke, if I come back to you, that for the foundation program, what is the entry requirement for the academic entry requirement, and what is the English language proficiency requirement for the Taylor's College, please?
Yeah, good question. Okay, so for the standard program, which is our most popular program,
Yeah.
what we're looking for is students who score a 60% average in their HSC. Okay.
Yeah, I mean class 12 equivalency from Bangladesh high secondary school certificate.
Correct. Exactly
Yeah.
right. So 60% average or above. So for the other two programs we have, the extended and the intensive, they're more done on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
So the extended one's slightly lower, usually around 55%, depending
Yeah.
on the subjects that the students selected. And then the
Yeah.
intensive is more 75%. Okay.
Yeah.
For the HAPP, so it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more because it depends on the undergraduate program that the student
Yeah.
chooses. But
Yeah.
between 80 and 90%,
Yeah.
depending on what their preferred undergrad route is. Okay.
Yeah.
So for the IELTS, so again, this varies, but usually for the standard foundation, students should
Yeah.
be looking in the region of about 5.5
Yeah.
for all bands, overall 5.5.
Okay.
So this changes slightly if you look at the intensive or you go for the high achievers preparation program. It will range from about 6.0 to about 7.0,
Yeah.
depending on which undergraduate program you choose.
Okay. No, thank you so much for your kind help. But it's still that if the student have the minimum IELTS requirement is like a 5.5, they are quite
Correct.
eligible to get the admission done. And on the other hand, that you have a very good, reasonable and a standard entry requirement, especially for the HSC student. Those students are from the Bengali medium. They could have the 60% mark, and that they are easily eligible to get the admission done at your institution. So, প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আপনারা কিন্তু ইতিমধ্যে কিন্তু জেনে গেলেন যে অনেকেই চিন্তা করে থাকেন যে অস্ট্রেলিয়াতে পড়াশোনা করার জন্য IELTS এ সম্ভবত 7.5 হয়তো স্কোর দরকার হয়ে থাকছে। But I must say that if you have the lower score on your IELTS, if you have the lower record on academics, but it's still that there are a lot of options. So still we people are here to give you the right advice according to your academic credentials. So if I come to the Luke, what will be their tuition fees, please?
Okay, so I'll give you the tuition fees for the standard program, which is the most popular program that we have.
Yes.
It's just over 36,000 Australian dollars. That's for the entire year. Okay.
Yeah.
That's before any scholarships that the student might be eligible for. So, and especially for any students from Bangladesh, especially if you apply for IAS, then we do have scholarships up to $10,000 available for students.
Okay, that's great then. So if I go for the standard program, so how much would be the tuition fees? As you said, is about yearly roughly 30,000, as you say.
It's about 36,000.
36,000, okay.
About 36,000 with the potential to get up to $10,000.
Scholarship. So that's a great option. That's an amazing opportunity. It's like that if the tuition fees is like 36,000 Australian dollar, and if they can achieve up to $10,000 scholarship, so it's like tuition fees would be like $26,000. So it's like a great opportunity then. So I must request to all of our potential students, if you people are really thinking for the starting in Australia with the scholarship, I must say that apply as quick as possible, and we people are here to give it all kind of support. So if I come back to you that Sydney, so now we're moving for the Australian Western University, please. So can you please tell me a little bit more about the location of the university and the program and the ranking, please, Luke?
Yes, of course. So the University of Western Australia, so this is located in Perth. So this would actually be, if you were to fly over, would be the closest. It's on the complete upper side of the country to Sydney. It's about 4 hours flight actually from Perth to Sydney. So it's right on the west coast. The campus itself, it's a really nice campus university because it's just outside of the main CBD area. So it's about 5 or 6 kilometers. So it's in a slightly quieter, more suburban area. So it's a lot nicer from a student perspective because it's not so busy. There's not as many cars. Obviously, the university is still very highly ranked. Okay, so it's 88th in the world. It's in the QS top world 100, and in fact has subjects that are ranked in the top 10. So it's mining and mineral engineering is actually ranked 4th. Its engineering is generally very strong. So almost all of its engineering programs are ranked within the top 50 in the world. And then its business programs are very strong as well. They're all ranked within the top 100. Okay,
Oh,
so our campus is located, our college campus is located on the UWA Claremont campus,
yeah,
and this campus,
yeah,
similar to ANU, we have all of our foundations, our 3 foundations,
yeah,
and we have 2 types of diploma as well. So we have a diploma of science and a
yeah.
diploma of business.
Okay. No, that's a great option. So that that if the student love to study with the help of the study group, they have a lot of choices. They can study in the Australian National University located in the Canberra, that is the capital city of the Australia, and the student they can also study for the Australian International City that's called the Sydney. So most of the students are really fond of the University of Sydney because they love the international city. So meet and greet with a lot of students and the making friends around the world. So I must say the study group got a lot of choice actually for the international students that including Australian National University, University of Sydney, and the University of Western of Australia. So wide range of program with the different locations. So a student can find out the best course apart from their field of interest. So if I tell you, Luke, that normally, as you said, the university ranking, university location, and the course that you are offering. But if I come back to you that how long it will take time to get the offer of place if the student is interested to studying any of your partner university, how long it will take time to get the offer of place, please?
So it's quite quick. It varies from university to university. Excuse me.
Yeah,
So I'll talk about each of them separately.
yeah,
Sydney, University of Sydney Foundation Program. I'll talk you through the timeline. So if you guys submit an application with IAS, you can do that today. So for example,
yeah,
today I believe is a Tuesday. So
yeah.
usually our admissions will aim to actually assess your application within about 2 to 3 days. Okay, so
Okay.
hopefully by the end of the week, by Friday, you would
Yeah,
actually have either some feedback or potentially a conditional offer already. Okay. Um,
okay.
from there, once you have your offer in place,
Yeah,
if you were ready to accept that offer,
yeah,
once you get that offer, then
mhm,
usually in about 3 to 4 days, then our admissions will actually issue what we call COE. Okay, so we would actually issue the COE. You would
yeah,
get 2 COEs, so one
yeah,
from the college and one from the university, and
yeah,
then this is what you would use to apply for your visa for
yeah.
all 3, 4, 5, 6 years of your study. Okay,
Okay.
so that's pretty
So
quick. From start to finish, it could be as quick as like 1 or 2 weeks. Uh,
okay.
Generally, I would say give yourself a few days for the offer, and then about a week or so to get the COE.
Okay, no, thank you so much. So, those students are really love to study in Australia and sometimes complain to us that okay, I'm waiting for my letter of offer for the 1 month, 2 months, or sometimes 3 weeks or 4 weeks. But that starting with the study group with the help of international admission service, as the Luke said that it takes maximum 3 days to 1 week time to get the offer of place, depending on the university, depending on the institutions, depending on the the traffic of the applications, because when is the time a lot of interested students they are going to applying. So due to the high volume of the application, they normally take some time. But usually, as we are working for the long time with this study group, we have a great experience with them that they give us the offer of place within the 24 hours sometime. So I must say 24 hours to 72 hours it takes time to get your offer of place. And another good news is that if you go for the foundation program, so you will get the visa after 4 years, sometime even 5 years. So the reason is why the foundation program is good. You don't need to apply for the second time extension once you'll be in Australia. Last intake, we sent few students at the University of Sydney with the help of the Taylor's College. So we got the offer place within 24 hours, and once the student make the payment, so the student got the 2 COE, as you said, that the one from the Taylor College and the another one from the University of Sydney. And as soon as we apply, good news is that look, do you know what? With the help of this group of 8th university, it takes only 72 hours to approve the visa. It's
Yeah,
very fast.
exactly
It's,
right. Yeah. So, and especially so with these universities being so very prestigious,
yes.
their level is very, very high. So often it is very, very quick for our students to get the visa applications approved.
Yes. So if I come back to you, because we also work for the other priority study destination, especially in the Canada. But if the student love to study in the Australia with your partner university, do you charge any application fees, please, at this moment?
So we don't charge any application fees, no. So it's completely
Oh,
free.
okay.
And obviously, one of the benefits of that is I think students, you can feel free to submit an application. You can
Yeah.
reach out to the counselor at IAS. They can help
Yeah.
you get your application submitted at our universities.
Yeah.
And you get 2, 3, 4 offers. And then based on your preference, once you've done a bit of research, you can make a decision on which university is right for you. But
Yeah.
no application fees for our centers.
Okay. So that's a great session. So প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আপনারা ইতিমধ্যে জেনে গেলেন, if you love to study one of the partner university including Australian National University, University of Sydney and University of Western of Australia, so you don't need any application fees. So it's a great and amazing news. So I must request to all of our students that please apply as quick as you can. So look, as we said that you have the three conditions, or I mean three stages to the international student, like standard, interactive, and the extended. So can you please tell me that if the student don't have the IELTS at this moment due to the pandemic situation, either they will be eligible to apply for the conditional offer of place, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things we can do actually, which I think is very beneficial to students,
Yeah.
we can actually issue conditional offer letters. So if you're waiting for your IELTS results, or if you're waiting for, let's say, like just to get your final HSC certificate, your transcript, you can still submit an application, and we can give you like a placeholder, like a conditional offer. Okay.
Okay.
You'll know whether we would accept you and what conditions you need to fulfill so that you can progress with your application. But you don't need absolutely everything to submit an application. You can get it submitted, and then you can just work through the conditional offer, do your IELTS, get your transcripts, any other conditions.
Okay, no, that's the amazing news. It's like that if the student don't have the IELTS score at this moment, so what they can do, they can get a letter of offer and they can say, okay, yes, I have my letter of offer in my inbox, so now I can prepare myself for my language proficiency test. So it's like a one step ahead when you have the when you have the conditional offer place on your hand. So once you have the IELTS score, so once you submitted the IELTS test score, so the condition will be removed. But if I ask to look that the you know that due to the pandemic situation for the COVID-19, the students are not able to participate for the IELTS test. So what are the options that you are accepting at this moment? Because some of the institution in the Australia, sorry, in the USA, some of the institution in Canada, some of the institution in UK, they are accepting the Duolingo test or the IELTS indicator. Do you have any plan at this moment?
Yeah, so we're actually doing the same thing. So it's not on our website. I think I have. I'll maybe we'll send an email out to you guys later, but we do accept Duolingo, we do accept IELTS indicator, and we can also accept TOEFL online as well.
Okay.
So we have all of these available for the students. If obviously many IELTS centers are closed, so it's impossible for you guys to complete your test right now. So we have implemented that, and we do accept these whilst this global pandemic is going on.
Okay, no, thank you so much, because it's a great helpful information for our student who love to study in the Australia. So if I come back to you, look, that what kind of support that you are providing once the student arrived on the day one? I'm talking about, like, that from Bangladesh to Australia, it takes about 14-hour journey. So it's like a new country, new cultures, and new ideas, and the new environment. So how do you give them the support? Do you really receive the student from the airport? Do you help the student finding the accommodation? What kind of service is exclusively offered for the interested student by your partner university, please?
Yeah, so there's a huge range. So things like, we can provide an airport pickup service if you guys would like. We can actually help to provide accommodation as well, one of our accommodation partners. So this depends on the university, but certain universities like UWA, ANU, you can actually stay in the university campus accommodation. We can help to for you. When you're actually studying in one of our centers, if you're doing a diploma or if you're doing a foundation, one of the biggest reasons that students actually choose to study with us after obviously getting to the top university is the support that we offer. So there's a whole range of things like this. So for students academically, we'll run things like free tuition, like with our teachers, we'll actually arrange it for you all completely free of charge. So if you're struggling with subjects, we'll maybe do some extra classes with you and other students. We can do one-on-one tuition completely free. There are other things as well. Like I said earlier, almost the majority of our students are international students. So we do lots and lots of things on an almost weekly basis at all of our centers. We will celebrate your national holidays. We'll run gala nights. We do things like games nights. And we have a whole range of trained professionals, not just academic staff, not just teachers, but counselors, student guidance counselors. We have people who are there in case you're maybe struggling to settle in, or maybe you want some advice on where to find a dish from your hometown, maybe that you like, or a version of it in Australia. There's a whole range of things that we do. One of the things we say to all of our students is, obviously, there is teams in place that can support you. We just ask you to say, put your hand up and come and have a chat with us if you are struggling with anything, whether it's academic or maybe it's personal. And we will do everything we can to support you and give you the skills and the tools that you need to not just succeed, but to flourish, and obviously make sure you enjoy your time when you're studying abroad. But we know it can be tough when you guys move overseas. So there are lots of things we do to support you guys, whether that's helping you settle in, pointing you in the direction of where you can find some Bangladeshi food, anything, all sorts of things like this. We really want to make sure you guys are looked after and you're settled in, and we're there to give you the best chances that we can give you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for your kind help. So, প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আপনারা কিন্তু জেনে নিলেন যে স্টাডি গ্রুপ ইন্টারন্যাশনাল স্টুডেন্টদের জন্য কি কি ধরনের সাপোর্ট তারা কিন্তু প্রোভাইড করে থাকে। সো আপনারা যারা ড্রিমিং করছেন যে ওয়ার্ল্ড ক্লাস, ওয়ার্ল্ড র্যাঙ্কিং ইউনিভার্সিটিতে পড়াশোনা করবেন, স্পেশালি ইন দ্য অস্ট্রেলিয়া, আই মাস্ট সে study group could be the one of the best option for you. They have the top 3 world ranking famous university with their lineup, so you could select the one of them, and they are the top 100 top ranked university, including Australian National University, University of Sydney, University of Western Australia. And good news is that though you don't have the IELTS due to the pandemic situation, but still you can eligible to apply to get a conditional offer of place. The another good news is that you don't need to pay for any application fees, which is really, really good. So if I come back to you, look, that for the scholarship, as you said, so do you think that the student need to apply for the separate application for the scholarship, or it is automatically rewarded? How does it work, please?
So it varies by center. So for ANU, every single student that applies for a foundation or a diploma, or say the first 150, will be automatically assessed for a $50,000 scholarship. Okay, so $50,000. It's applied over the first 2 years. For UWA, so Taylor Sydney and Taylor's Perth, it's a little bit different, but students apply for up to $10,000. So I would just recommend, and again, your counsellor can do this for you. So when you go and you see one of the counsellors at IAS, they can just submit your application. They can say to my team admissions, hey, we'd like to see what scholarship we can get you guys.
Wow, that's great, and it's quite simplified, I believe.
Yeah, exactly right. And it will just appear on your offer letter. We deduct the scholarship from your fees. So it's very easy. You just get a discount, like a reduced amount that you would pay.
Okay, no, that's great. So that প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আজকে আপনারা কিন্তু জেনে নিলেন যে why students should consider Australia as of their future study destination, why we should think for the pathway provider, and what are the courses offered by the partner university, and what will be their tuition fees, and the scholarship opportunity, and the accommodation facilities, and the application processing time. So still, if you have any kind of question, you are most welcome to make a comments on the comment section, and I will be giving the answer by making a note. Okay, so today's the Facebook live session was very interesting for our potential student who love to study in the Australia. So this is the very first time we are doing for the Australia, and in future we'll be doing more and more session for the other institution, because the study group has a lot of partners programs, including University of Florida and the Charles Stewart University. And I believe it will be more interesting for those university. And they have the partner university for the New Zealand also. So Australia and the New Zealand, they are called the oceanic country. So there are a lot of opportunities there, especially for the international student. As the Mr. Luke said on the very beginning, there are a lot of working opportunity during on his study period, after completing on his education, and especially overseas education is now becoming an investment. So definitely we'll be thinking for the return, that the wherefore we'll get the best outcome in terms of the quality of education, in terms of the recognition, in terms of the employability, in terms of the settlement after completing the education. So look, could you please tell me that the study group others pathway provider, please?
Yeah, so we actually have over 60 partners globally. So across Australia, New Zealand, UK, we have them in Ireland, Europe, USA, Canada. I myself focus just on our Australia and New Zealand partners. But I can tell you, in addition to the three that I've spoken about today, Sydney, UWA, ANU, we also work with Flinders, which is a great university in Adelaide. We have CSU, which has already been mentioned, another fantastic university, very popular. And then we have two New Zealand universities as well. So we have Waikato and Auckland. So Waikato especially, we have diploma and foundation programs. And is probably one of the most affordable programs that we have. Foundation, for example, we have a 1 semester foundation. I believe it is one of the cheapest, most competitive priced programs we have in the whole of Australia and New Zealand. And Waikato is a very prestigious university. It's still ranked 266th in the world, so it's very highly ranked. Excellent resources, excellent facilities, and a very, very competitive price. So just to kind of show you, the 1 semester program we run is actually only 11,000 New Zealand dollars, and that is before scholarships as well. We actually have some scholarships for that. The cost of living is very, very attractive in New Zealand as well. So I think we'll probably arrange another time and we can do a similar session for Waikato, New Zealand in general, and I'll talk in a bit more detail with you guys.
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। সো প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আজকে আপনারা জেনে নিলেন যে অস্ট্রেলিয়ার ইউনিভার্সিটি সম্পর্কে বিস্তারিত তথ্য। আগামীতে আমরা আবারও নতুন কিছু সেশন তৈরি করব উইথ দ্য হেল্প অফ মিস্টার লুক। সো আপনারা আগামীতে নতুন কোন বিষয় নিয়ে জানার চেষ্টা করছেন সেই বিষয়গুলো আমাদেরকে কমেন্ট সেকশনে অবশ্যই জানিয়ে দিবেন। আমরা চেষ্টা করব আমাদের দীর্ঘদিনের কর্ম অভিজ্ঞতার আলোকে আপনাদেরকে সঠিক একটি দিক নির্দেশনা দেওয়ার জন্য। আগামীতে নতুন কোনো ফেসবুক লাইভ সেশনে অবশ্যই আপনাদের সামনে দেখা হবে। সেই পর্যন্ত আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকবেন এবং সুস্থ থাকবেন। যারা এই পর্যন্ত আমাদের ফেসবুক লাইভ সেশন শুরু থেকে শেষ পর্যন্ত দেখেছেন, সবাইকে আবার অভিনন্দন জানাচ্ছি এবং সবাইকে রিকোয়েস্ট করছি যে প্লিজ এই ফেসবুক লাইভ সেশনটি একটু মেনশন করুন আপনার পরিচিত জনদেরকে, আপনার রিলেটিভদেরকে, বা আপনার বন্ধু বান্ধব যারা দীর্ঘদিন ধরে পৃথিবীর বিভিন্ন কান্ট্রিতে যাওয়ার চেষ্টা করছে, হয়তোবা শুধুমাত্র সঠিক ইনফরমেশনের অভাবের কারণে অনেকে হয়তোবা তাদের প্রায়োরিটি স্টাডি ডেস্টিনেশনে হয়তোবা পৌঁছাইতে পারেনি। সো মিস্টার লুক, উই আর very close to the end. So do you have any message for our potential student, please, who love to study in near future?
I think just, if you guys have any questions, or even if you think even you're just slightly bit interested, or you'd just like to get more information, then come down and have a chat with my colleagues at IAS. They're still online. I know obviously there's a global pandemic, but it's a great time now to get information, have a chat, options, explore overseas education. As Mr. Mishra said, really education is an investment. And if you overseas education, it can be quite expensive, but the returns you have on your future salary and the abilities and the skills you learn are going to pay back way, way more than just the tuition fees that you're going to have. Australian education is some of the best education in the world. It's very flexible. You have amazing post-study work opportunities, which in turn can lead to migration opportunities in terms of things like PR and citizenship. You have the working, you can actually work whilst you study, which almost all of our students do, and really, really helps with the tuition fees. And, just have a chat with these guys, leverage the knowledge that I have and the team at IAS have, just to find out what education, what university is right for you, so that when this global pandemic does end, and it will end soon, you know what your options are, and the best opportunities available for you.
থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ মিস্টার লুক। সো প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, এতক্ষণ আমাদের সঙ্গে থাকার জন্য আপনাদেরকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। আগামীতে নতুন কোনো সেশন নিয়ে অবশ্যই আপনাদের সামনে দেখা হবে। সেই পর্যন্ত আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন এবং আপনাদের সকলের অবগতির জন্য জানানো যাচ্ছে যে আজকে রাত্র 9টায় আমাদের আরো একটি ফেসবুক লাইভ সেশন রয়েছে কানাডার ওয়ান অফ দ্য টপ র্যাঙ্কড কম্প্রিহেন্সিভ পাবলিক ইউনিভার্সিটি একাডেমি ইউনিভার্সিটি। সুতরাং আপনারা সবাই ওই ইভেন্টে আমন্ত্রিত এবং আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন। আজ তাহলে এই পর্যন্তই। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।